What most people enjoy about trance is the subtle changes in their breathing, their eyes closing, tuning in to a different experience. And could you turn the volume up on the ringing in your ears and turn it down? And for others, what most people love about tuning into the body, into trance, is they notice they've changed their heart rate, their breath, all by themselves. Fabulous. And if I ask most people from 1% to 100%, how perfect would you like your future life to be? And no one asks for 100%. Most people say, I don't know, 82%, 71%, 62%, and that's fine. And if I ask people, where's their life at now? Some would say 23%, 51%, 46%, and that's perfect because it's real, it's realistic. And if you wouldn't mind considering imagining an interesting crystal ball in front of you. That's right. A weird looking fortune telling crystal ball. And if I had a magic wand, but I don't. But if I did, what would be in your fortune-telling crystal ball? And if you'd like to put some emojis in there, smiley faces, some love hearts, happiness, relaxation, comfort, and some sort of energetic field you could put in there, like love or comfort. And I don't know what else you'll put in there, but what I do know is, in a moment, when it's all just perfect, you're going to pick it up with your right hand. Ready? Can you feel the energy and love in your right hand now? It's almost like if you could see through your fingers right through to the bones. Feel the love in the bones, into the tendons, the love in the tendons of the hands, the muscles, the love in each muscle in your hand, love in your fingernails. And you can, can't you, take that feeling up to your elbow, shoulder, up to the neck, your face, and now from the top of your head, tuning it in throughout your whole body now, to the tips of your toes, tuning in to the love, the light within you, the light shining out of you. And turn up the dial on the happiness, brighter feelings. That's right, turn up the dial. Let the smiles beam through you. I once knew a patient with tinnitus, and when I asked, do they like any sorts of sounds, they let me know that long ago they worked at a cafe and they just loved listening to the music in the background all day, talk on the radio, their favourite songs and jokes, really tuning in. And I don't know if you've ever been to a loud party and you can't hear what anyone's saying, but a really attractive person talks to you, and all of a sudden you can start to make out a few extra words. Or if you've ever been to a large family gathering and you can hear way off in the distance some family member gossiping about you. Or if you've ever been swimming through a tropical ocean and you can hear the parrotfish nibbling on the coral, because we learn things in a very unusual way, a way we don't really know about. You have ringing in your ears, but have you thought of tuning it out so you no longer hear the ringing? Now this matter of tuning yourself. I spent 3 months on the road, travelling in a van, and once I got invited home, I felt so cooped up after being out in the open. Getting into a room where everywhere you look, the looks come to an end. It's like when you read those old-time sailing stories where they look to the end of the earth with nothing interfering. And the old-time stories of sailors claustrophobic reactions, fear of spaces. And when I got back from the trip, have you ever tried to sleep on a soft bed? You're miserable. I learned to sleep on the ground, in the bush. And when I got home, the mattress, that was torture. I just wanted the ground to sleep on again. Just nothing but sheer comfort. And when I think about it, those nomads from Iran, how they dress with all those petticoats and be comfortable in the hot sun on those desert plains. And you can get so used to ringing in your ears that you don't hear it. I grew up near the beach, and I had to be away from the beach for quite some years before I learned to smell the beach. I never smelt it, the ocean breeze. I had to be away from it for a long time before I discovered the smell. And what people don't know is they can lose that pain. And what they don't know is they can lose the ringing in the ears. And when I came back to the beach smell, the ocean breeze smell, I could really smell it. I wondered how long it would take me that day to lose it. Then by mid-afternoon, I couldn't smell it. All of us grow up believing that when you have pain, you must pay attention to it. And believing when you have ringing in the ears that you must keep hearing it, because you can take habits with you. And that's one of the problems that airline pilots have. They grow up with clock habits, and their sleep cycle is disturbed. They have to learn how to get a changing sleep cycle. And I'm talking to you while your unconscious mind is learning something. It doesn't know what it is. It doesn't know what it's learning. But it's learning. And it isn't right or wrong for me to say, learn this, or you learn that. Let it learn whatever it wishes, in whatever order it wishes. Fabulous. Now, as you listen to me, you can have nice feelings. And suppose you really leant back and looked at a spot over there. Don't talk or move. There's nothing really important to do except go into trance. Deeper now. You may close your eyes now and go deeper and deeper into the trance. You don't have to try hard to do anything. You're perfect. You just let it happen. And you think back. There are a good number of times when you stopped hearing the ringing. It's just hard to remember these things that don't occur. But the ringing did stop. But because there was nothing there, you don't remember it. Now the important thing is to forget about the ringing and remember the times when there was no ringing. And that is a process you can learn. Because you can hear a conversation far across the room, can't you? And now rely upon your wonderful body. Trust it. Believe in it. And know that it will serve you well. And that other patient of mine that had the ringing in the ears, that loved the music in the cafe, and it was so much a part of her, hearing the music, the fingers moving in the cafe in time with the music. And you can put that part of pleasure with your finger movements into your ears. And you can do so easily, so gently, without even noticing. Really enjoy good feelings, good sounds, and good quiet. And you can count backwards from 10 to 1. But each person should go into trance the same way they learn naturally by themselves. And you've learnt an excellent way. It's your way to be pleased with. Be pleased with extending usefulness of that trance in many different ways. You can learn without trying to learn. There's so many things we can learn from others, and we don't know we are learning. And our main very difficult learnings we achieve without knowing that we are achieving. those learnings. You're a very responsive person, which in less technical language means you can learn easily things about yourself and learn them without needing to know you've learnt them. That you can use those learnings and researchers at medical facilities throughout our country and in many parts of the world have discovered that migraine headaches occur when blood vessels at the back of the head and neck become overfilled with blood and put pressure on sensitive nerves. They have also proved an extraordinary thing. They have discovered that when their patients visualize their hands growing warmer, the blood actually flowed out of the sensitive areas at the back of their necks and into their hands. That way the migraines actually just disappear in minutes. But we have discovered a way to help make this technique even more powerful. First, let us begin by having you imagine there are electric thermometers attached to your fingertips on both hands, and directly in front of each hand are digital displays. That is, if your hands were 96.5 degrees, the display would have a 9, a 6, and a 0.5 on the screen. Now you may have wondered why I would say 96.5 as the temperature of your hands instead of the more normal temperature of 98.6. This is because if you are experiencing a migraine headache right now, much of the blood might be flowing into blood vessels at the back of your head, and the tension might cause muscles to contract, forcing blood out of the hands, causing them to be colder than normal. It is the blood flow that keeps them warm. Begin now to visualize your hands growing just a little warmer mentally. Watch as the display changes from 96.5 to 96.6, 96.7, 96.8, slowly getting warmer. While that process is beginning, let us turn our attention to those sensitive nerves engorged by blood vessels at the back of your head. There is plenty of heat there, so let us think of ways to cool things down. Imagine a cool mountain stream. You're lying back on a nice flat part of the bank. Soft green grass beneath you. You tilt your head back just enough so the cool water barely tickles the back of your head, your neck as it flows past. Perfect. As fast as your blood flow generates heat, pressure, the cool mountain stream is even faster as it flows away, taking with it all the heat, cooling, and your thoughts relax and the pressure reduces, and you turn your attention once more to your hands. Someone, a friend perhaps, has laid a small electric heating pad across both hands, and although it's set at a fairly low heat, already your hands are growing quite warm. 97 degrees, 97.5. If it were a sunny day at the beach, 97.5 degrees would be very hot indeed. Imagine now the veins and arteries that lead from the back of your head to your hands. Perhaps you'll find small dials or handles along them. If you open these dials or turn the handles, the blood can drain from the back of your head and flow freely all the way down to your hands. The heat from the back of your head and neck is almost gone now, as the cold, crystal clear, clean water of the river pulls away all the heat and pressure with its icy fingers. Your hands are growing warmer and warmer, calling for more blood flow as the veins and capillaries in the hands expand, Continue now to observe the blood flowing into your hands and away from your head and neck. From time to time, notice the numbers on the display rising as the temperature in your hands rises as well. Feel the cold water on the back of your head and watch the blood flowing away, the pressure reducing, the pain diminishing. I will sit quietly now until all the pain's gone, until your work is complete. You're fabulous, aren't you? And when you feel very good, very rested and relaxed, simply take a deep breath and open your eyes. I'll sit quietly until you're ready. You're wonderful, just as you are.